I'm still talking to columnist Rod Liddle. By the way, I always call him a columnist. Of course, you can read him in The Sun, The Sunday Times and The Spectator, all three brilliant columns. And you can tune in to him every Saturday morning on Times Radio from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. That has changed my routine at the weekend. I'm listening in to Rod now. Right, that's true, Rod. It's good stuff.
Thanks, mate.
Like me, I know that you're probably a massive fan of Selena Gomez. Today, I've had to look up. I've had to look up who she is. She's very upset about Donald Trump's mass deportation of illegal migrants. Here she is expressing her absolute distraught emotions about this terrible saga. Watch this.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. How many people are getting attacked? The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
I've got an idea. She could take her $1.4 billion fortune and maybe give it to some of these poor guys who are being kicked out of the country right now. I wish our government would start deporting people like Donald is, so we could have some left-wing actress like Olivia Colman or someone like that start weeping down the airwaves at us. But we're not going to get that here. But your take on Donald's uncompromising approach to their migrant crisis over there?
He's doing what he said he would do. Well, I don't quite see why anyone's either surprised. I suppose we should be surprised when politicians actually do what they say they're going to do, but he is doing exactly what he promised he would do, that he would deport illegal migrants. And she is, that was a confected burst of lovey outrage. You know, if about something, you turn on your phone and record it for posterity. Who do you think you are? You jumped up. Words fail me, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I can think of a few words.
The one good thing, but the one good thing is that for every lovey sobbing, Trump's poll ratings will go up by 1%. You know, if you can get Robert Downey Jr. to shed a few tears, it'll get even better. Those days are gone. The days when we listen to these idiots have gone in America. We still have them, of course. And you're quite right. If it happened here, you'd have Emma Thompson and Brian Cox jumping up and down, Michael Sheen, God almighty, and Cumberbend or whatever his name is, Bandersnatch. I can't remember his name.
Do you know what's strange?
So yes,
do you know what's strange is the way that Brian Cox is quite politically inclined, but because he's an actor. And he's quite successful and he's in popular TV series. We're all supposed to listen to him. We're all supposed to take him as a political sage. All of these people. You never get right-wing actors, do you? You never get right-wing singers going, I love him what Donald's doing. Why are they all lefties, this lot, these lovies?
It's quite interesting, isn't it? Because they never used to be. Hollywood used to be split between, people like Charlton Heston, John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart. James Stewart was very right-wing, the most right-wing of them all. People like that. And then on the left, there was Burt Lancaster, Edward Asner, and the Fonda family. And that was a good split. It made things interesting. There's no split anymore. The number of Hollywood actors who could said to be even tending to the right. Well, there's John Voight, who we know about. There's James Woods. There's Vince Vaughn. And there's Joe Pesci. And that really is about it,
Yeah, I know.
Matthew McConaughey, maybe.
Here's to them.
It's...
Here's to them.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that the Hollywood establishment and our lovely establishment are authoritarian scumbags. And if you are thought of as being on the wrong side of an argument, they will blackball you and you won't get a job.
Yeah.
And that's happened to a lot of people I know. They just don't get jobs.
Absolutely. I will never forget Emma Thompson suddenly appearing. Do you remember years ago the Extinction Rebellion demo in Piccadilly Circus in the central London, and they put a big pink boat there, and she appeared on the deck to make a rousing speech to the climate activists, and then it transpired that she just arrived by first-class flight to Heathrow Airport. And when asked by some sort of astonished reporter, did you really just fly over first class, on Virgin Atlantic? And she went, too right I did. I mean, hypocrisy doesn't even begin to cover it, does it?
No, and yet, for all that, I really like her, and I really like Brian Cox as actors, and Michael Sheen. I think Michael Sheen's a terrific actor, but I've never heard so much imbecilic gibberish than what comes out of his mouth. He thinks only Welsh roles should be. He thinks Welsh roles should be played only by Welsh people. But he had no objection to taking the role of a Teessider when he played Brian Clough.
Exactly.
He's an idiot. The man is an idiot.
Yes.
An absolute idiot.
What did you think of?
A great actor.
Yeah, absolutely. Perhaps that's what you need to be a great actor, a total idiot. There's a lot of evidence that could be true. What did you think of the Donald Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, responding to Selena Gomez? He said, "Cry me a river. If they don't like it, then go to Congress and change the law. We are going to do this operation without apology. We're going to make our community safer. It is all for the good of this nation, and we're going to keep going. No apologies. We're moving forward." I wish we had some politicians like that, don't you?
I wish we did. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think for the last two or 3 weeks, the British people have been looking rather enviously over the Atlantic of what's going on. And not just your Reform voters, not just the Conservative voters. I've heard quite a lot of people who sometimes vote Labour saying, "God, well, he's getting things done, isn't he? If only that could happen here." And I wasn't worried for ages, and I'm always asked this when I do question and answer stuff. How do we get rid of DEI? How on earth do we? And I say, well, it's going to take decades. No, it took him 1 minute. It took him 1 minute, and he got rid of it.
This is it. This is it, Rod.
It was absolutely wonderful.
This is it, Rod. I heard Lord Charlie Faulkner on Julia Hartley-Brewer's programme yesterday, and Julia said, quite logical question given what's going on across the Atlantic. She said, why can't we do this? Why can't we start deporting illegal migrants, at least the criminal element of them? A lot of these people that Trump is deporting right now, they're rapists, they're murderers. And people go, oh, you can't send them out of the country. Why not? So she says to Faulkner, why can't we do this? Why can't we turn the boats round? Why can't we tell these asylum seekers or these migrants as soon as they arrived, you broke our laws, you can't stay? I hear, oh, well, you see, Julia, that just wouldn't be practical. It's much more complex than just that. Well, Donald Trump, this is typical political rhetoric. Everything is complicated, everything is difficult. Donald Trump is ripping up their copybook and proving that actually politics can be very straightforward, and they are reeling, aren't they, the Faulkners of this world?
Well, I hope that Julia, I didn't catch it, but I hope that Julia reminded Charlie Faulkner that he is one of the main reasons that we can't get rid of asylum seekers, that he brought in the rules, and he's proud of it. This smug, odious Blairite, one of the worst members of the Blair cabal, odious little man, wants us governed by lawyers. And he's proud of that. He wants lawyers to run the country. He is a shocking indictment of what Blair stood for in the end, which was always, a juristocracy rather than a democracy. Yeah. And he was behind many of those laws which stop us doing what we should be able to do.
Yeah. And a paragon, of course, of political courage, never quite daring to put himself up for election, just chosen by the I mean, what are these people? But I mean, the truth is that I think Donald Trump is sending shockwaves through the world of Western politics, which is populated by people who like to promote the image of great complexity. Nothing can be done that easily. Well, Donald Trump is proving otherwise, isn't he?
No, that's exactly right. I mean, I think Trump will have a bit of a battle on his hands between his left and right wings. I think there is already quite a divide between those who go along with the libertarian side of Trumpism, such as Elon Musk, and those who go along with the protectionist leftish side of Trump, such as Steve Bannon. Yeah. And I think that you are going to see divisions there.
Yeah.
Rather wonderful.
Yeah, I think what you have to remember, I mean, it's been a blizzard of announcements and certainly some fairly dramatic activity, but this is just the beginning. There's always a difference between what politicians say they're going to do and what they're able to do. But certainly Donald Trump seems to be achieving a lot more than most of them ever do. Rod, it's been a pleasure talking to you as always. Look forward to your columns and your show on Saturday morning. Rod Liddle there, columnist for The Sun, The Sunday Times and The Spectator.